Hey everyone, we are live. Hey everyone, we're kicking it live. We're kicking off live on the Facebook group, on our Facebook page, and on YouTube. And I always love to hear where everyone is from. So if you're dialing in live, let me know where you're from, and we can dive right in. My name is obviously Will Gonna Cry from UpViral, and I got some really cool stuff to go through today. Yeah, just want to make sure that everything is loud and clear. So if you can hear and or see me, please drop it down in the comments. Rico from North Carolina, welcome, Nico. Must be early for you, so I appreciate you being here with me live. I'm logging in from the Netherlands. It's still light, but it's going to get dark during this live stream. You'll see it getting dark throughout the live call as it's going toward the evening here already. So with that said, while everyone's logging on, we're gonna go live from the Netherlands. And by the way, if you're in the Facebook group, I posted a comment. If you would connect to StreamYard, that would make sure that I can actually see who's commenting. Because if not, it would show up as like this Facebook user. That's all I would see, instead of, for example, from Rico, where I would actually see that it's Rico in the house. Thomas has connected from Poland, so I appreciate that. So that would be awesome. All right, so let's not waste any time and let's jump right in, because what I want to share with you is something new that we're releasing to help you get more leads. All right, and while we're doing this, I want to make sure you have a good time. I want to make this fun as well, instead of just sending out a boring email saying, hey, we added this one thing. And during this live call, what I'm going to do with the help of my team, we're going to have 3 winners who are going to win a viral t-shirt. All right. So you'll have to engage with us live. I'll be asking some questions, and then my team will pick, sometimes based on whoever answers the correct answer fastest or the closest, or sometimes it will be random, right? But we'll be picking 3 winners for a viral shirt. So if you want to have one, drop a comment right now, so we know at least that you're in for something fun. And as mentioned right before, if you're joining in from the Facebook group, make sure to go to streamyard.com/Facebook, so I can actually see who's actually chatting. Like, for example, Ruin has already did, and no, we do not have Snow here yet. And this particular Facebook user has not done it. So this will end up, if you haven't connected, I won't be able to see that. All right. So obviously we're on the call here today because of UpViral, right? As we all know, UpViral is the platform to help you grow your email list using viral marketing. Using UpViral, you can create viral sweepstakes, viral rewards, viral waiting list, all this kind of good stuff. And but all of you already know that, right? What you might not know is, and this is a question for all of you, first question: how many leads do you think we helped our customers collect since the last public feature release? Like, we drip out features, in between as well, but like early November, so that was last month, we also did one of those calls where we had a bigger release. How many leads do you think we collected since that time? So not in total, since that time. Whoever gets closest, my team will pick you as the winner for the first viral shirt in 1 month time for our clients, right? Rico says 1 billion. Like, that is like a high number. Marcus is saying 2.5 million. Rune is saying 1.2. We got someone saying 750,000, 150 million. We got answers all over the place. 1.8 million from a Facebook user, 1.3 million from another Facebook user. Cool, right? So quite a few of them are actually well on pace. And the actual answer is, as of 2 hours ago or so, or 3 hours ago, because that's when I created the final slides, it's 2.1 million since the last time we did a public feature release, right? And that shows that, like, this is going on strong. This is working extremely well, because some people ask me, like, hey, is it still working with links? We actually we are generating way more leads for our clients now than we ever did. So, and that also means that in total, we've helped our clients generate over 50 million leads. And I'm like, for me, that's the most important thing, right? Because it's not about, hey, people using UpViral or just getting access to UpViral. It's about how many leads can we help you guys and you girls get into your business, right? Because that's the ultimate dream and ultimate goal that we have. And that's why people like, for example, Russell Brunson, they've been using this. And I took some screenshots from earlier in the Facebook group. Like, Renia collected 530 leads. Francesca a while back, 8,800 leads. We obviously got Joe, who got his reward as well for the 200. He collected over 250,000 leads using UpViral. And I mean, that's really what we do, why we do what we do, right? This is a screenshot of my team here on Zoom, where we do our group huddles, where we're like brainstorm, like, how can we help you guys and girls get more results, right? And that's why we're all here. And that's why got something exciting to show with all of you. All right. And yes, I do like to keep the pace up because I know everyone's busy. And also because I like to have the energy high, right? That's how I roll and that's how I prefer things. So, question to all of you. Second question is, what do you hope or think we are going to announce today? An automated way to promote your viral campaign so you'll instantly get more leads into your business. Is that what if that's what your preference is? Type A in the chat or in the comments. B, a way to make your campaigns go evergreen so they'll continue to collect leads on an ongoing basis. So it's not like you get this rush of leads for like 2 weeks, but like at an ongoing basis, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, you'll get more leads using UpViral. If that's what you prefer, go for B. Or C, engage your existing website visitors so they'll join your email list and follow you on social media, right? So that your people that already visit your website will participate in all of this as well, right? I see, let me just go through A, B, or C. All right, I see lots of B's, which is awesome. I see A as well and C as well. Rico says A, and Nancy says, Rico says C, and Nancy says A. Kroll A, all of the above, all three. Yeah, that's the easy answer, right? You have to pick. You always have to pick, right? B plus C, right? There's some, cool. All right, well, a lot of people go for B, but also A and C are pretty in demand as well. So before I share the final answer, I briefly want to recap some of the things we released earlier this year or recently, right? Just to make sure, in case you're new or in case you're not quite sure, you haven't used UpViral for a while, so like, hey, maybe you are one of those who has UpViral but you haven't used it for a while. Sometimes it's good to know what is different now, because even if you checked it out like a year ago and you thought like, how, like, this doesn't work for me, or like I need this particular thing, chances are that right now it's exactly what you wanted, right? So for example, earlier this year we created a drag and drop page builder, right? You can literally just create all your pages with drag and drop. You can style it however you want it. Like, it's super flexible and also easy to use. We're still making changes to it. We're still improving it. We're making it faster. For example, right now, it's not as fast as I'd like it to be, but it's already super useful and it's the most flexible. Like, from any other tool out there, there's no other tool that does a drag and drop editor like this, like any kind of referral based tool, obviously, I'm talking about. So that's one thing we released early this year. Also, we've released templates, right? So rather than you having to create all like completely from scratch, like we've had it for years, now there's already pre-built campaigns that you can start in right away. So you can actually just customize it to your needs. But you don't have to reinvent the wheel yourself. So that's something we released early this year as well. And something that I personally was very excited, or am still very excited about, is that you can now run campaigns both on UpViral and install it on your website. Previously, it was always either one or the other, right? So you would either run it on UpViral, you could not install it to your website, or you would install it to your website, but like that would be the only option. You couldn't do best of both worlds. Now you can just go live right away. You create your campaign right away, you go live. And then, maybe afterwards you think to yourself, hey, actually, I want to add it to my website as well. I want to add a popover or something like that. You can do that as well. This is something we rolled out recently as well. And last month in November, we also released the Condom Timer. So you can actually have a Condom Timer on your page. And just last week, we released inside the editor support for GIFs as well. So you can, or GIFs, however you want to pronounce it. So you can actually add GIFs, which for marketing is always awesome because it captures emotion so much easier. Like, we use it on some of our marketing. You probably have seen it on some of my sales pages or landing pages, where I use a GIF to capture an emotion to increase conversions. And you can now do that using UpViral as well. So that's sort of like what we've been doing so far. And now we're going in here. We're here for the good stuff, because what have we been working at so far? Like I said, our goal is to get you more results. And we're always looking at, like, how can we make it more easier? How can we maybe remove certain bottlenecks that we see if people are constantly struggling over a certain thing, or like they don't know how to do a certain thing, like how can we make that easier for our customers? Because if we make that easier for all of you, if we make sure that you get more leads, if we make sure that you get more success with your viral campaign, yes, we do win as well, because you'll be happier and you'll be on as a customer for a longer time, right? So it's a win-win, and that's why we're always pushing towards how can we serve our customer best? How can we make sure that you guys and girls get more results using UpViral? So back to the question I just asked, that is, what do you hope we're announcing today? Well, if you voted A, an automated way to promote your campaign, instantly driving leads for your business, you're in luck, because that is what we've been working on. An automated way to promote your campaign, instantly driving more leads into your campaign. Now, if you're one of those who voted for option B, you're in luck too, because yes, at the same time, it's also a way to make your campaigns go evergreen, so they'll continue to collect leads on an ongoing basis, not just today or tomorrow or next week, but week in, week out, month in, month out. That's part of this as well. And in case you voted C, you guessed it, if you want to engage your existing website visitors so they'll join your email list and follow you on social media as well, that's part of this as well. All right. So yes, that was a trick question. Blame the marketer. I can handle it. But all of you will get what you want. All right. So this was one of the questions that we asked ourselves, right? So once you, and I mean you right now, if you're sitting there and you're using UpViral, and if you're not using UpViral, you should. But I'm assuming that you are, or you at least have an account, and you're like, you got access to UpViral. So what happens when you create your viral campaign, or rather, when you've created your campaign, you went through all the steps, you created an opt-in page, you created a thank you page, and you're ready to go live. What is next? What do you need to do, right? At that point, you'll need to promote the campaign, right? So you'll need to make sure that people will know about the campaign. People will start to enter their email address. And yes, there's many ways how you can go about that, right? You can, and if you got any of the courses inside the Learning Center, they will actually go through a lot of this as well. For example, right, you could send out an email to your newsletter saying like, hey, we're doing this campaign, like join, click here to join, right? You could post it on social media to get people into your viral campaign, or you could add it to your email footer if you reply to an email, or maybe your support as they reply to an email, like right away at the bottom. So like, hey, let's say you would run a contest, you can let people know in the footer, like, hey, by the way, we're running a contest, click here too if you want to win this amazing whatever, right? You could submit it to sweepstake websites and contest directories, like, there's a bunch of them, like, contest girl, sweepstake advantage, contest listing, and there's a bunch of those websites that just list content, right? Where you could also run paid advertising, right? You could reach out to influencers to promote, and so the list goes on and on. There's plenty of options, but I also realize that it's not always easy, right? Like, especially if you're not from a marketing background, like all of this comes at there's certain work involved, there's certain skill set involved, and I get that, right? I get that completely. So I was like, how can we make that easy? What can we do to, when you have created your viral campaign, hey Martin, how can we make it easier to get people to join your campaign while also making sure it's going to be evergreen, so you don't have to keep on promoting it over and over and over again, right? And the thing is, most of you, obviously not all, but a lot of you already have some existing traffic on your website. It doesn't have to be a lot, but maybe you have some people, like if you do have a website, like maybe you have some people finding you on Google, for example, right? So this would be your website, and there might be people coming from Google who find you, or maybe you've got flyers out, or maybe you post something on social media already, or whatever it is. Like, you might have some visitors on your website already, right? So let's say that's good. Like, you already have a website. There's some people, like, and obviously some of you, they have websites with tons of traffic, and some of you have a little bit of traffic. Both is good, but you have some people, actual human beings, who visit your website, and then you come on here and you start using UpViral, right? And you create your viral campaign, right? And obviously, your viral campaign, as a lot of you already know, it starts with an opt-in, right? Like, people, your audience would enter the name and email address, or just their email address, whatever you prefer, would enter their email address in order to join, and then they go to the share page where they get an incentive to share with their friends, or to get their friends to sign up as well, right? And one of the things we saw is that in this flow, right, we're not optimizing what you already have, right? Because in a way, like you have already traffic on your website, right? And then you've created your viral campaign. And now, in order to kick off your viral campaign, in order to promote your viral campaign, you need to actively promote that, right? Just like I just mentioned, you need to actively send out an email. You need to actively post it on social media. You need to actively run paid ads, and all of that is good. All of that I still definitely recommend. We also looked at like how can we leverage more of what you already have, right? Because if you look at like your website, there's a bunch of people already going there, and the reason why I have multiple blocks here, like there's tons of pages on your website, right? If you have an e-commerce shop, it could be like tons of product pages, and of all these pages you have different there's different lots of different people on all these different pages, right? So it's not like you just want to have a big ass pop-up on the top of it, but maybe you do want to leverage all of those visitors in some way, shape, or form. Now, quick question: who's ever seen like a chat widget or like an intercom widget or anything like that on a website? Right? Pretty common, right? Where in the bottom, the corner, left or right, you'll have this small widget that that's just there. It's not annoying. It's just there. But if you want, you can actually engage with whatever that widget is all about, and that is what we just released inside of Viral. Right now, for all of your Viral campaigns, you could install a little what we call a Viral Popover, and I'll show you exactly how that looks. But essentially, you can roll this out on your website on all of your pages, right? Which is going to be in a non-intrusive way. You can just set it up however you'd like it. It's very easy to configure, but in a non-intrusive way, you can put it on all your pages on your website, where your existing traffic can unlock rewards in order to to get access to something or to win something. And guess what? Guess what? They can then you can then incentivize them to, for example, invite their friends over or to follow you on social media. Like you can incentivize them the same way as you can normally do with your viral campaign, right? And the power of this is really, really like I want to stress out why this is so important, because one of the things we saw is that when people promote their viral campaign, even for example, like you send out an email to your list, or you send out you post it on social media, right? That creates an influx of traffic, right? Like you get more people to join, but afterwards it's sort of like, you need to constantly promote. With this, you install it once, right? And it's just there. And on an ongoing basis, you get more people who visit your website to, first of all, join your email list, right? Which is what you want to have. And then incentivize them to invite their friends or, for example, join your social media, whatever you prefer for your particular campaign, right? And what's really cool, like even if you already have your viral campaign running, like it all blends together, right? It's not one or the other. Let's say you already have your viral campaign, which you can ship, promote on social media, etc., etc. You can just add a viral popover to your website, and it'll automatically like get more leads into your campaign, right? Just like at an ongoing way, like every single day you get new people who then can invite their friends over, and that way it turns from like this one-time gig and explosive to like an ongoing referral, ongoing word of mouth machine, which is what my personal preference is. I want to create assets in my business that will just keep on running, and this way you can set it at once and it'll just keep on running, generating more leads and engagement for your business. All right. So I want to also dive into the details to let you all know how this actually works. But first of all, a little bit of excitement. Like, is this cool or what? Like, let me know in the comments if we get some excitement here going, and I'll keep on going. All right. So let me just know in the chat. There's always a bit of delay, which always make this super awkward. Like I'm like, hey, let me know in the chat, and I'll have to like keep on talking just to that. There's actually some chat time to to get chat messages. All right, now we get it. Very cool. I appreciate that a lot. It rocks. Thank you. Appreciate that as well. We're really excited about it as well. So, all right, that's the excitement I wanted to have in that case. I can actually continue. All right. So how does this actually work? It's actually really easy. I mean, that's the best part, right? It's not, we didn't want to create this massive thing that you need to have a PhD to create. So when you log into your Viral account, and by the way, still, if you don't have access to a Viral, what are we doing here, right? But I'm talking to those who already have a viral. If you don't have a viral, I'll get to you in a little bit. All right. I almost forgot. We actually have a gift for everyone at the end of this call. So if you're listening and you want to tune out, just stay with me for a few more minutes because we have an awesome gift for free. There's no catch. You can just get it for free in a little bit as well. But first, how does this actually work? So when you're logged into UpViral and you've created your viral campaign, right? Like you've created your opt-in page and you went through the steps, it's done, it's ready to go live. Maybe it's already running, right? If you then go to the publish page, right, you'll then have the option to embed campaign right here at the bottom. If you click there, you'll notice that for everyone who has the ability to install, so currently all plans have access to that, so all good on that end. You now have, or now or soon to be added, I believe it's already live or it's being rolled out as we speak, let's put it like that. You now have a new option called the Popover, all right? And when you select that, you'll already see an example on the right-hand side. You then have to go to the steps and then install it to your website, right? And I would recommend, you can install it on just a particular page. I would recommend to install this on all the pages, like just on your whole website. For example, by the way, if you're not sure how to do that, usually most platforms where you build, you can just add a code to your header. If you have, for example, like WordPress, it doesn't standard give you that option. But if you install the plugin Header Footer Code Manager, if you just search for header footer, you'll get a plugin which you can easily just copy paste and it will be added on all your pages on your website. It's really cool. And what will end up happening, depending on how you set it up, obviously, you will get this little icon on the left hand, which you can customize. You can add an icon to it. You can make it beautiful. You can also make it pop out automatically. Depends on how you want it. It will just show on the bottom left where, for example, you can say unlock free rewards or like win this amazing thing. And then when people click on it, it will then continue into this actual campaign where people can enter their name and email address and then be incentivized to share with their friends and or join you on social media, whatever your preference is. So this is really like, I cannot even stress out how excited I am about this, because it's not just about the fact that it's this widget, but it's the fact that this turns it from like this one-time thing that a lot of people run a contest, like it's running for like a couple of weeks, to like you can just set this up once and essentially forget about it, right? It will be there to collect leads and get excitement and get engagement, I have to say, for your business, right? And for those who are a bit more, techie or they want to know the details, like I often do, yes, everything is customizable. So you can say like, is it whether it's shown on the left or on the right, or like, what text to show, and obviously the whole widget. Again, you can you can style it with the drag and drop editor based on the regular campaign, but you can also show like whether it should be stayed closed or whether it should open after a certain amount of seconds. All that is fully customizable. You're in control. For example, what happens afterwards, if they should just stay inside that widget, or whether you want to redirect them to a separate page and do the whole referral thing over there. Like I don't have to go too much into detail, but it's all fully customizable, and that's all live in your campaign right now. As of, it should be live right now or somewhere around. Can you have the? Sorry, I'm going too fast. My apologies. That's the thing when I'm excited. Let me slow down. All right. If you have questions, please do let me know. I get the question here from Rob. Can you have a widget and HTML and pop-up all the same side? Yes, you could also combine those. There's no problem with that. And that's the beauty of it. You can actually mix and match, as we like to say. So there you have that. Will this be easy to set up? Yes, literally, like I showed you before, it's a couple of clicks and you'll be good to go. Any other questions regarding this? There's another question which is not about this feature. Will you add multi-step opt-in to it and in the page builder? Actually, we already have a multi-step multi-step opt-in. So what you could do, like, it depends on how you define multi-step, obviously. Oops, where is my live stream now? There we go. It depends on what you can already do is like click and it will open up a pop-up, and inside the pop-up there's like your name and email address, right? If that's what you want, yes, already possible. If you'd like to have like one question, enter your name, enter next, enter your email address next, etc. If that's what you prefer, then in that case that's not something we currently have, right? Hopefully that answers your question. All right. Let me just resize my window so I can actually. You're welcome. That's kind of who I am, I guess. Will the pop-up also work on mobile? Yes, it will also work on mobile. Can the widget go on a mobile app? That's not something that's optimized for right now. It's optimized for web, right? So inside on a website and not inside a web dev app. So that's currently not what it's optimized for. Never know about the future, but right now that's not optimized for that. All right. So yeah, wow, I hard to believe that I went through all of that in like 30 minutes, 25, but I guess that's what happens, right? So what I really want to like, what the most important thing is, and that I really want you all to, I'm just going to turn this off right now before I go back and go to the gift that I get, the gift, not a gift that I have for all of you. Something that I want to bring home here is that I do not want you to sit here, go through this presentation, think it's excitement, or maybe you even think it's not exciting, but like sit here, like have at least some level of excitement, hopefully. And then you think about it and you're like, cool. And that's the end of it. Because if that's to happen, I would have done a bad job. Like, I seriously, like the only outcome here should be that you're excited enough to actually implement this thing. So if you have your viral campaign running, for those of you, it should be easy. I want you to all, like right after this call, or you can even leave now if that's what you prefer, right after the call, go log into your viral account, right? And install it onto your website, right? Because again, it will make the difference between just having your viral campaign on for a while and you have to keep on promoting versus you get ongoing value from it. All right. So don't just sit here and think it's exciting. Actually put it into action and install it on your website. And I would actually love it if you even like, if you've installed it on your website, post the link in the group. Actually, I'll ask for that in a couple of days from now. Let me make a note of that. Where is that? I'll write it down later, because I really want to see how you've all implemented this into your website. So do that, right? And there was something else I wanted to mention, but now I thought. Yes, it works on mobile. It works on mobile, but not inside mobile apps. If you do like app development and stuff like that, if you have a mobile app development like on iPhone, right? And good question. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. So for if you already have various of these other widgets, right? How do you deal with that? So the first thing we did is we said like, hey, you can have it left or right, left or right. That's currently the option that we have, and obviously this is version 1 of what we released, and based on the things we see from like messages like this, right? We might adjust and see like come up with other ideas like how can we time it better to like show it up to the right people at the right time, for example. That's obviously something we are looking into. So right now the option you have is like left or right. So let's say you already have widgets on the right, you can then go and set it up on the left, for example. If that's not that's not good for you, then we'd love to hear at our support desk to brainstorm like what would be a potential solution, so we can make this even better for everyone. All right. So that's like right here, like good question, right? Can you have it work on the top left or right in the middle as well? Currently, that's not possible, but that, we should like, or at least I'm not saying we definitely will. We will investigate, because yes, we might actually do that, right? That's why I love these live shows as well, because we get live engagement. So let me just make a note of that. Cool. Took a screenshot of that. Appreciate that. A PWA site. I'm not sure what that is. Julian Alexander, could you let me know what a PWA site is? Or I probably should know, but is that like one of those Google Live progressive web apps? Honestly, I'm not sure if it works on a progressive web app. Sure, I should have known progressive web app. I'm not sure if it works on that. I have not tested that. So please do excuse me for that. You can always hit up our support or give it a try, obviously, but I haven't actually tested that myself. And yes, it should work on any website that's on the web, right? So if you have a Shopify coming soon page, you could also add it there as well, as long as you can add a line of code there into that page, right? I would love to have a top bar option. We're considering that as well. So thank you for that feedback as well. Hey, Magic World, welcome to have you here. Yeah, it's Ryan. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing your name, only if you're in the Facebook group, then only if you have connected with StreamYard, right? So that's why, right? And Cool. Timer on it. Yes, you could also have a timer on it. We've added the Condom Timer last month, and these widgets you can just style however you'd like. All right. And I don't want to keep everyone waiting because I know I promised some gifts as well. Although I think this is the best gift I could have given, to be honest, because it's all inside your account. You can go live. And again, please do me a favor and actually implement this. All right. So, and again, if you missed that part, you can do this. If you go to, let me just go back a couple slides. After you've created your campaign, go to the publish page and then click on Embed Campaign. And then you'll see the popover right here. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know at our support desk at support@UpViral.com. We've got a team ready to help you and rock and roll with this if you have any questions. All right. And that brings me to, let me just go back, a gift I got for all of you, actually 3, I would like to over deliver, because last time we already gave you a new template for a Christmas campaign, right? So that all of you, if you ever run like a Christmas promotion or something like that, we gave that in November, so you have that in your account. And this time, my team has built 3 different popover templates. So these are templates which are optimized for this popover. You can get them at bit.ly/December pop and bit.ly/milestone pop and bit.ly/contest pop. And I know these are 3 links. So if you're like, I'd recommend if you're live right now, just pop up your phone, take a picture of this slide. I'll just make the happy face. And we can I'll how do you call that? They have a name for that if you make fun of someone's photobomb. I'll just photobomb your picture of the links. But take a note of those 3 links, because if you go to those 3 links, I'll keep them open for a little bit longer. Then you'll automatically, if you're logged into UpViral, you can automatically import them into your viral campaign. So even if you don't want to use them right now, at least they're inside your campaign. You can always inside your account. Sorry, you can always use them in the future, right? So those are 3 links at the bottom: bit.ly/December pop, and bit.ly/milestone pop, and bit.ly/contest pop. So I recommend to take a picture of that. I'll give you 3 more seconds and I'll go towards the next slide. Or actually the next slide, the links are still there, so that's good. These are the share versions, the share pages of those widgets, of those templates. All right. And when you import them, when you log it, when you go to any of those links, it will look like this, right? Like you will just import. If you are not logged in, you'll get a different kind of page. Just make sure you're logged into UpViral. All right. There's text overriding the links. All right. So we'll I'll share. Let me just share the links. I'll just have to write them because I don't have them here. Hopefully, I'm not making a typo. Milestone pop and bit.ly/contest pop. Hopefully, I didn't make a typo. If I did, please correct me in the chat so everyone else has them as well. Oh, it types them all together, I think. Hopefully, it will still work. You get the point, right? So that's for free. You can just import that into your account right away. And for all of you who are sitting here and like, oh, this all seems so exciting, but I'm not using UpViral yet. First of all, again, come on, we're friends, right? Like you should at least give it a try. And if you're not growing your business, if you're not getting more leads using UpViral, then I want to invite you to start doing that today. Like literally, you can get started for just $1 today. All right, this is my pitch to, which is not really a pitch because come on, it's only $1. But I'd be not doing myself. I wouldn't do myself a service if I, how do you say that correctly? If I wouldn't at least try to convince you, because I know that once you start doing UpViral, once you start putting this into work, like it works. Like we see case studies every week where people just blow me away with the results they're getting because they put in the work, they actually take action. I want to invite you, if you're sitting here, then give it a go. Like give this a go and try this out for your business as well. Just like, for example, Michael did, and he said I was able to generate over 3,000 leads for a brand new business within the $1 trial period. So if you're just inside that $1 trial period without having to pay anything else, you already got over 3,000 leads. Try that using, I don't know, Google Ads, right? Where cost per leads are easily like, $5 or sometimes you have $10 per click, which is like, at $5 per click, that would be like, what is it, like $15,000? But he got it for like $1, right? Giselle Rebel, so he got over 2,500 leads and 8,000 euros in revenue in 2.5 week period, right? Which would be just a bit longer than the trial period. The trial is for 14 days. You can go to UpViral.com and sign up for a 14-day trial. Or like David, who collected over 34,000 leads and did over $300,000 in sales with his UpViral campaign. Later on, he did another way bigger campaign, but that's one of his campaigns. Again, like if you want to figure out how to do that as well and have the technology and all the help that you need to actually make this a reality, because it's not just about the tool, it's about the community, it's about the support that we deliver, it's about the training we provide inside, which you just have to check out, because again, it's only $1 and you can literally have your account open by the end of this call created. You just need to enter your name and email address and obviously a credit card detail for that $1 deposit, and then we go from there. Like this is Corey, for example. He got 900 organic leads without paying for any ads, thanks to UpViral, in less than a week. Boom, there we go. And I can just keep on going, right? Because if you go to our website, you'll see plenty of case studies. Like Nicholas Goodman, he did his book launch, selling over 6,400 books with the help of UpViral. Rolf here, he got over 2,700 leads using UpViral and 50,000 visitors in 7 days. And I can keep on going. But that's essentially it. So if you're not part of, if you're not part of UpViral just yet, totally get it. Like there's tons of things, tons of opportunities out there that will help you grow your business. But if there's one thing that I truly know is like 2022, email is going to be more important than it's ever been. Like, and the reason for that is not because email is so magically great, right? But because the ads are going to increase in price. Like Facebook, you already know, like Facebook ad is continuously more expensive. And there's all these different places where people have built up audiences, but none of these audiences you actually own, right? If you have Facebook following, you don't own that, right? You still have to pay to get reach, right? If you have TikTok followers, you don't own that. But if you have an email list, an email database, you own that list, and you can just move that around through different companies. Like that doesn't matter, right? That's why email is so important. Plus, using UpViral, it's not just about leads. You can also incentivize people to follow you on all these social media networks, right? To follow you on or listen to your podcast or to subscribe to your YouTube channel and stuff like that, right? So just to quickly recap, over the recent period, we released many different updates like the drag and drop editor, our templates, the easy website installation for all campaigns, the Condom Timer last month. We added GIF support or GIF support, however you want to pronounce it, last week. And as of today, a site-wide popover as well. All right. And just to make sure everyone has the links, you can sign up at UpViral again for just $1 at UpViral.com. For all of you who haven't done that yet, you can import these 3 templates with those links: December Pop, Milestone Pop, and Contest Pop. Add them into your account. And obviously every Tuesday, for those who don't know, every Tuesday we do a live show where you can actually ask questions. So yes, we have support 7 days a week to answer your questions. But on top of that, if you have more strategic questions, like every Tuesday, we have a co-pilot show at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where we sometimes we'll review campaigns, or like you have questions, like we'll do different things. We have case studies for inspiration and examples, right? Every week it's different. But you can always ask questions like if you have any strategic questions to help that you need help with. And obviously, if you're not part of the group, Facebook community, search for UpViral on Facebook and you'll find the Facebook group as well. All right. And again, these are the 3 templates that you're getting for free. The co-pilot show every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And last but not least, if you're not part of UpViral just yet, for just $1, you can literally get started today, right? And you'll have access to all the things we just spoke about and a lot more. All right. So, wow, that's it. Any questions? Oh, on one link works, 2 don't. Well, I see people already are sharing the link in the chat. Let me just open up the links in case I'm not. Oh, let me just go back. These links should work. If in case they'll work. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Last time we also had a template that we released last time around. So last time it was another template for Christmas. Claudia, you're most welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that, actually. I mean, we're all busy and we're all like right now, we're at 80 people in the house just joining me live especially these days, anytime actually. We're all busy, right? And we're going towards Christmas, and still you all decided to spend time here with me, which I appreciate. And that sort of leaves us with the official part of the thing that we want to talk about. The Popover release is live in your account, ready to rock and roll. And with that, I want to wish you all an amazing time. I was going to say next week, but the end of this week, it's already Christmas. Fun fact, and I don't think a lot of countries do this, but in the Netherlands we have 2 Christmas days. So yes, we'll have obviously Christmas Eve, like the night before, right? And then we have the literal name is like first Christmas Day. So it's not Christmas Day, it's first Christmas Day. And then we have second Christmas Day. So we don't have Boxing Day or anything like that. We have first Christmas Day, second Christmas Day. And we do that with a lot of holidays. Like Eastern is not Eastern. Like we have first Eastern Day, second Eastern Day. I don't know why they do that, but we always have 2 days, which I obviously don't mind. Although we have to celebrate in smaller groups now, yada, yada, yada. But let's not go into politics and stuff like that. But point being is, I hope you all have an amazing time. I would love that loved ones and your family, or whoever you want to celebrate it. And I'm looking forward to 2022, because I believe with everything that's going on in the world, there's so much opportunity to grow your business. Like, it's unbelievable. Everyone who's like, and I have sympathy for the businesses who are affected, but at the same time, the amount of opportunity that's currently there, like, as always, right? But like, it's unbelievable. And all we need to do is to reach out and grab it, right? So I invite you all to do that. First of all, obviously by signing up to UpViral if you haven't done that yet, but certainly by just making big plans and making 2022 your best year, right? That's what I'm planning to do, and I'm genuinely excited for it. And I love to see you all being part on that journey. All right, we got Mitch here joining finally. The Dutch won't be a family. Want to be a family of our own and our partner. Yeah. Thank you all being here with me today. Appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all soon. Enjoy Christmas, enjoy New Year, and let's crush 2022. Cheers. Bye-bye.